Welcome to Stormhaven. I'm Nicola.
Mark.
This is a bonus week. I've got Mark home for a week on holidays.
Yay.
So we have this list that I guess we'll probably show you at the end, so long as we work through it all, of jobs that we need to do. So
If we don't work through it all, we're not telling.
yeah, that's it. We got lights to change. We've got plants to plant. We've got the rubbish pile to burn. Oh, we need to prune. We got a fair bit of pruning to do. The mulberry, the citrus. What else?
Lots to do, actually, like that. And the first couple of days, we got a couple indoor jobs. We're doing the dreaded tax. And the weather for the next couple of days is pretty miserable looking. So it'll be a good time to do the tax.
Okay, so
Miserable weather, miserable job. Goes well together.
As always, remember to like, share and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to leave us a comment, but we'll talk to you about that at the end. We'll see you in a minute.
Bye.
What you doing?
Oh, trying to get this open. I may need a hammer rather than a mallet.
What you doing?
Trying to get this open with a cream can, and probably it's a very old cream can.
And he came from?
Blenheim.
So the farm, we were down there last week.
Last Sunday.
And we brought this back with us. It's got treasure in it.
It has indeed. We closed it right up for washing it, and now it doesn't want to open again. It'll take a bit to get it open. Oh, there he goes. It is a, what size was he?
33 pound.
Something like that. This is the label.
There's one on the side here. It's written on the...
to KH Pitt. There's my dad. Can you see it?
Yeah, it's good. Or is it its numbers? B3.
That's its numbers.
Okay.
3, 4.
Yeah, there's a metal tag on it.
Yeah, it's been in a shed forever. Somewhere. See where it is now.
Yeah, there.
Oh, there. 21 pound.
21 pound. There you go.
KH Pitt, 21 pound.
What we'll do today, we're going to take some out.
Ta-da!
Hang on, I'm going to increase the size. What are they, Mr. Pitt?
They would be Queensland blue pumpkin seeds.
So, however, these would have been collected probably in the 90s,
late
80s,
early 90s.
and they would have been stored. There was probably enough there to actually
about 5 acres.
Do the 5 acres of the farm. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a big bag and we're going to vacuum seal them so that they're kept for next couple of seasons. And then what we're going to do too is we're going to put some down. So I'm putting some on some wet cloth in the kitchen window. We're going to put some in starter pots, and then Mark's going to actually put up a cover and he's going to try some in the yard. And we're going to see what the fertility rate is. Now, we're not going to be able to keep them all. We're going to offer some around, but any that we can't do anything with, we'll actually sadly have to consign. The story with these is your mother would have harvested them.
So we used to plant. Dad used to plant like the 5 acres odd under pumpkins and the Queensland blue. We'd pick them up. He'd sell a heap. He'd always keep a heap, and then Mum would clean them out, clean the pumpkins out, and then get the seeds, clean the seeds, and then dry the seeds. And if you can imagine how long cutting open individual pumpkins to save that much of seed and dry them so that they would store. So these things would be pretty airtight, so they should have actually been.
They should have actually handled the time well. But as I said, we're going to put them into various containers. We're going to try a couple of different ways, and we're going to see what their fertility rate is.
And you have 21 pounds of pumpkin seeds.
Yes. Happy, joy, joy.
Okay, here we are home with the pellets, the dreaded pellets for the mushroom compost, which are going to house the potatoes. So we put them in tubs and on the pellets on the ground with a bit of matting, weed matting underneath, keep the water off of them. So lots more potatoing today. Okay, that's the delivery truck just leaving. Garden Grove, they're a local supplier, landscape. And we've just had, there he goes, 2 cubic meters of honeystone gravel delivered, which will finish the rose area. So yeah, there's a bit of shoveling. And down here, it's very windy today, so actually yesterday was overcast with no rain. Today is just wind. Now it's just sunny and wind today, so quite blowy. I suppose it is July, it is still winter. And here's 2 cubic meters of mushroom compost, and we'll be showing you some later this week of putting the potatoes in. And while we're walking past them still, so no more raids on the plants here. But Nicola's hyacinths are just going gangbusters, and they're so pretty. And so, yeah. So 2 cubic meters of mushroom compost and 2 cubic meters of honeystone gravel. Alright, this is, we're going to extend the fence from there down past the mango tree and then down to the other, pointing to see, down to the other fence line. And these pellets that are ready for all the potatoes. So we're going to eventually put all this under weed mat. It's Nicola's veggie pod. And they're the kiflers that Nick's already put in boxes. So they've got 6 boxes of kiflers. Those will be in plastic tubs. The pellets are on the weed mat this year. We learnt with the pellets through trial and error. The grass gets up and you can't get into it to clean it. And I think she's got about 29 tubs of potatoes to go yet. The water tanks, switch water to turn the little fella fills really quickly. We've got, that one's empty. So we're up to there, 1, 2, 3, 4.5 rings and the big black fella. So a little bit of rain wouldn't go astray. And yeah, so walk over here. Caravan, the trailer's back in spot in the ute. Nicola's digging the mushroom compost. Ooh, chug, 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 chug. And this is where the potato production facility is in full swing. Hyacinths again. That's the 2 cubic meters of mushroom compost we had delivered yesterday.
Pontiacs are ready to go over.
The Pontiacs are ready to go over.
Doing the Sebagos now.
And the Sebagos now, and they're all going on the pellets that I just showed you.
Well, there's one more lot of Nadine to go down. They're the old ones that are starting to fall apart on me. A lot of them, this will be their last season. So I'm about, I don't know, about a third of the way through the mountain. The blood and bone is getting down. I'm onto another bag of Thrive. This is all I have left to plant. So the Desirees, 2 packets of Nicola's and a packet of King Edward. And I've got about, I don't know, 15 tubs left. So that should just see me finished. That doesn't include that grey one. So anyway, here comes Mark with the trolley. He's carting for me while I do the loading. Okay, this is the blood and bone going in. And I'm about to plant the Desirees. And Desirees are single level potato. So it's approximately a handful of Blood and Bone, handful of Thrive, or like an equivalent fertiliser. And then give them a really good mix up in the tub. It's a bit of a production line when you get to this point. Alright, and the Desirees. So we just get the bag open. And we're looking to see if there's any chits. That's actually the bottom of the potato. So we're going to go that way up. This one has a nice little chit. And that one doesn't have any yet. That one doesn't. And I like to put these at the first lot always at the handles, so that I can tell easily where I've put them. And I'll have, there's a chit. And I've got a large and two small. So what I'll do is I'll go 1, 2, 3. And then we're just going to backfill these. Mark's backfilling the Desirees for me because I'm starting to run out of puff. You'll notice some of the handles are missing. As I think I said earlier, some of these are really at the end of their life. So this will be their last season. Mark was saying he thought that the blue ones, the light blue ones, are probably the most fragile of the lot. They just didn't last as well. I'm guessing it's probably because they probably were the first lot that we bought. So they're probably on their 3rd season, maybe even their 4th. But they're about $5 a bucket, and you'll get 2 seasons easily out of them, 3, and if you're lucky, maybe even 4, which is, yeah, a cheap way to do it.
So we have all the potatoes done, and by 4 o'clock, great achievement. So that's in some of our, Nicola said, some of our pots. Nicola can barely move. She's got a 10,000 steps, so have I. Woohoo! But we've got them all in our pallets. We've got 1 pallet spare. I had to tap down the weed mat, but yeah. And it's when this area gets fenced off, we're going to weed mat all of it and think about what sort of vegetable gardens we'll put in raised gardens like over there, and that's a lettuce. So your first fleet is on the left. That's the red and green. And the other one is? An Australian yellow leaf. Australian yellow leaf that looks green. So that's totally Aussie.
Today's task is putting together the shelving unit for in the WB shed. So we have this shelf over here, but it's not very strong. We want to bring all the caravan things up here, so we've bought this heavy duty one, which, I mean, they're really good shelves, but they're just really frustrating because until you get the shelves on, they tend to go free floating on you. And I have noticed and a couple of these don't sit quite right, but I'm kind of hoping once we get those shelves in the box on there that it'll make it a bit tighter. Today is actually a shed day, so we're working on this shed. We're working on the sheds down there. We're going to get them all tidied up and organised. So as a lot of you may know, and some may not, when we moved here last July, we had all good intentions of setting it all up. And then Mark had an accident, fell over a box of wine glasses and landed up slicing his face up badly enough that he had to be flown out by the RFDS and several days in hospital, a date with a plastic surgeon. He actually nicked an artery in his cheek, of all places. So I think it was about 4 days in hospital all up. So that really put paid to us doing the sheds at that point. So we're still kind of playing catch up from last year's move. But having the week off, as you can see, we've got all the potatoes planted. We have a juniper to put in this weekend or today. We bought some berries, so I'm going to clear some space just behind the veggie pod there to plant them actually into the ground, because we're at the point now where the plan is that this is our forever home. So we're putting together all the bits and pieces that we want. And black currants and red currants were on my list, so that we can get the berries and we can harvest them and make our own blackcurrant jam and blackcurrant drinks. But anyway, so back to it. I'm just waiting for Mark. Kayla's just woofed loudly, so he's just put the 2 dogs in the house. So Winston in our bathroom where he's safe. So anyway, I'll leave you to it.
Oh, bumpy. Okay, so I don't know if you got the bump. We've just been to McDonald's. But hello, Kayla.
We got coffee. We didn't get food.
No. And we got, can we see Winston? Yep, there he is. There's Kayla girl. We just had our nails trimmed. So we're in Kingaroy and we've just been to Baramba Vets and we've been made a pretty girl.
And Winston got weighed.
He's what?
7.4.
7.4 kilo.
Which I'm absolutely stoked about.
Yep, so, he's hard to see. He's actually settled down a bit now. I'm not sure that worked so good, but anyway. There we go. And we've been giving them, I'm not sure if you can see again in the bag. Nicola does, then I'd be like videoing myself. If I turned it around the other way.
I meant the bag.
Oh, okay, yep, the bag. They're dried hearts, like they're chicken hearts in the air dryer, and they're just a terrific doggy treat.
They're ideal for if you're training or whatever.
Hungry Jacks. We made the big time in town.
Yeah, they're a healthier alternative. Now I know there's a lot that say you've got to cut the fatty bit off the top. I never do, because our dogs don't have a very high fat diet. We're very careful with what they eat. That's one of the very few fattier treats that they get.
Okay.
Ready? This is my Kenwood Chef. I'm making blueberry muffins first. So.
We'll get around that side. Got nice photo of your back. It's a Kenwood. What vintage do we reckon it was?
1970s.
70s.
60s. Well, it could be 60s.
So we've had, Nicola had a local company.
I did.
Got parts and fixed the motor.
And the funny thing is, there are a heap of people in town who were all in the same boat as me, wanting to get a Kenwood Chef fixed, so...
And we took the trip down to Brisbane to the official Kenwood Chef shop.
Forget that, don't go there.
Forget that. He was rude and went, basically, it's old junk, can't get parts for it anymore.
Throw it out.
Why did you bring it down here? Why did you annoy me with this rubbish? And they're just the best machines ever.
They really are.
Steel chassis. So they just last and last and last. The problem with them is the motors.
Well, I mean, they're 50 odd years old, yeah. So. But the people we went to said they can get motors for them. And the really great thing is this one was in Mark's mum's kitchen when he was a boy.
Oh,
so
it was forever. She used this. She made so much stuff with it. And the other little secret trick you found out is about the feet.
Yes.
So,
you can actually buy replacement feet, but you need the airflow underneath it. Otherwise you'll burn your motor out.
Okay. So, yeah, they have to be lifted up with their little feet.
But I did buy a bag of feet. I've got some spares, so that if these ones degrade, I can replace them. So, which is really, really good.
So it must draw its air through its base.
It does. That's where its engine is located, its motor.
Okay, you got first batch of Kenwood made blueberry muffins out of the oven. So they're done. And just starting to wipe down the benches. Am I allowed to open the oven door?
Yeah, just be quick, that's all.
And what do you got in there?
So I've got raspberries and then I've got apple cinnamon.
Apple cinnamon. Ooh, so yeah, looking pretty good.
Are we videoing or are
We're
we?
videoing. We had a little earthquake. Whoa!
Okay, so
Hello, Winston.
I burnt myself a little bit.
Well, Winston said he's very sad for you.
Yeah. So blueberry, raspberry, apple, cinnamon. Num 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 num.
Tita. Compost bins.
Yeah. But all made on the Kenwood Chef. So I am stoked.
Ran like a champion.
It did.
Okay, so it's back in its spot almost.
And since I couldn't get any pineapples, I actually
There
had
it
to
is.
stew my own apples.
So it's looking pretty good.
No, most of the washing up's done and cleaning up, so
Okay, what you doing?
I'm getting my work table varnished. What we did is we, because I'm going to need a reasonable size workspace for craft and things, so I've got all my cricket machines and what have you, we decided to get the size table I wanted. It was better to go to a piece of wood, and then a couple of weeks ago we sanded it, and now I'm putting the polyurethane coating on.
Is this your second one?
This is my second coat.
How many more are you going to do?
Probably one more, maybe. It depends how this dries up today, but it's actually going on quite well, so I may actually get away with just 2
I'll do the
coats.
second, third one later this over here.
Well, it depends if I've got any left.
Yep. Do you do the edges?
I will. I'll do those at the
So
end.
you do the edges.
I do the edges, and in that way, if I'm working with fabric, what it does is it stops it from snagging the materials that I'm working with. So come and
Well, morning. An eventful morning to everyone. Oh, there we go. This morning we've had...
Can't see your face.
Oh, yeah, we can. It's there's a message just came through on the phone. Yeah, you can see my face. We've had Bo escaped into next door's yard. We're
But he's back.
We got him back. The electric fence had got caught up in barbed wire and wasn't working. And we're doing a burn off of some rubbish. So always with burning off your rubbish, check with your council's websites normally where you can do. There are specific size, the fireys, what you can and can't do.
Also, pick a day where there's enough moisture in the air so that, like, you've got a moist ground to work with. It helps it to stop sort of escaping.
You can see in the background we've got a cage around ours, and it's been measured up to size, so it's compliant, as
Oh, that
boring as that sounds.
back in a tick.
And long handle shovel in case it tries to get out. But yeah, we've had a heavy fog and quite a good dew this morning, so it's a good morning to go. And that is the remains of the rubbish, rubbish burn off. I call it rubbish. It's the tree trimmings and tree branches that have fallen from around the area. And because we got some pretty good old gum trees that are pretty good at dropping branches. And there's Nicola.
I was going to say, like, it's not been left unattended at any point, which is key to doing this sort of thing.
Absolutely.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so we're at the end of the bonus week episode. We hope you've enjoyed it with Mark playing. So we have done so much this week.
We have a dog on my foot.
And I have a dog on
she's
my
snoring.
lap. Say hello, darling.
Hello.
He's more asleep than awake.
Oh, you were talking to the dog, not me. Oops. Okay. So if I got called darling, I'd be happy. I'd say hello. 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 You say hello? Oh, look at that big nose. There you go.
You have Coco as well.
Oh, yeah, okay. Woo. Hello, Coco. You say hello. Yeah, oh, you're a star. Look at that.
Okay, so we've done lots. We've put the potatoes down. We've started the clean out of the shed. What have we done? We had the compost turned up. We had the
Honey gravel.
honey gravel turned up.
Honey stone gravel.
Oh, sorry, honey stone gravel.
Yep.
We planted bits and pieces, currants, and I don't know that I've actually showed you that because we were just sort of running by that stage.
I'm just being drooled on now.
How lovely is that? But anyway, so we're actually going to make this like a quick and easy one. It is a bonus episode, so it's actually 1 week rather than the 2 that we normally do. But as always, please feel free to like our channel, to subscribe to the channel. It helps us to get found on YouTube. You can leave us a comment. We actually do like to hear from people. And if you're actually doing a subscription, remember to choose the all notifications. Well, that's it from me. And Mark, have you got anything you want to add?
No, now you stopped patting me. Now I'm being
Told off.
well, yep, there's a nose. Hello. Well, how come you stopped patting?
All right, I'm going to say goodbye.
Goodbye. Talk soon. Bye.